There is this African advantage that I don't think people talk about, just because why would you talk about it? Thing is, whenever people bring up Africa, it's always like dictators and poverty, and I'm like, look at me. Do I look like I'm miserable? Do I look like I'm living in a... I'll be careful what I say because... Anyway, my point, okay? My point was that there are... Africa often gets kind of a bad reputation. It has things that other places don't have. Namely, everything is real. In the sense that where I live, okay? I'm talking like tribal village Africa. I'm not talking Lagos, okay? So I get a bajillion hours of sunlight a day, which is far more than what I would be getting in North America. Sunlight, I get the UV rays are bad for you, but it's like happiness, but it's like being in a good mood, and being in a good mood, or absolutely perfect skin to your 70, right? Like, which would you rather? It's even then, all the people here, they have really, really black skin, so no one here has any skin issues, no skin cancer even, like barely wrinkled skin. And I'm half that, so I don't know if you can tell with the lighting, but I'm half black. But I get lots of natural sunlight, and natural sunlight is good for you. There's also bad things in the sun. But we get lots of natural sunlight. Like, I think it's almost crazy to me now that if I lived in like North America, I'd have to like schedule time to make sure I was getting enough sunlight. It seems kind of crazy because I'm getting more sunlight than I want sometimes. The other thing is real food. So the food here is seasonal in that you only eat it if it was grown locally. Like, you're not importing stuff from Venus that was processed and then hacked to pieces and dumped in chemicals, and then it was like repurposed for furniture, then they turned it back into food and put it on a plate. It's like, it's actual real food, right? And so it's like really, really real food. We'll have the chicken you ate for lunch was walking and squawking this morning. It ain't been preserved. Like, you take a McDonald's hamburger, you can put it on a plate and leave it there, come back a year later, and it still looks the same. When that happens, it's because it's not real. It's not real food. A lot of the stuff in modern processed food is not real food. It's not. It's like 50. Just imagine you're eating something that was 50% plastic. Okay, just because it's 50% food, okay, doesn't make the 50% plastic good. Just because it doesn't taste like plastic, doesn't feel like plastic, doesn't mean it's good for you. Doesn't mean it's even digestible. It's like alcohol. You can drink alcohol, but it actively destroys your liver in the process. That's like the whole reason it's bad. So you can eat processed food, but it actively destroys your body. Here, though, that isn't so much of an issue. So lots of natural food. They have this food in the local tongue. They call it mour. In French, we call it boule, which means like ball. And it's basically like, if you know what fufu is, which is what I've heard it called in other places. It's like a flour pasty thing with sauce. And basically my point is that it's really, really real food. It's really, really natural food. Really, really good for you food. And so I don't have to worry about diet as much. Just drink a lot of water. And the food I'm presented is healthy. I don't have to worry about snacking all the time. Because if I snack, it's like on a mango from the mango tree over there. Or it's like crickets. Or like, I don't know. There are these nuts I've gotten addicted to. I don't know what they are. But they are like the driest, blandest nuts you've ever had. They're like not even good. But I eat them all the time. I'm addicted to them. Like, you know how you get like a handful of cashews or whatever? Or like salted almonds? I'm like that, but like with those nuts. And they don't even taste good, okay? So I've gotten to a point where, take the analogy, right? Where let's say you start by eating strawberries. You eat a lot of strawberries. Now eating one strawberry doesn't do it. So you eat a bunch of strawberries. Now even eating a bunch of strawberries doesn't do it. So you end up eating like strawberry flavored Jolly Ranchers, okay? You eat a bunch of those, now even those don't do it. So now you have to have like strawberry flavored ice cream. And that doesn't do it, because you have so much of it. Then you have like strawberry Jolly Rancher flavored ice cream. Then you have a bunch of that, and then that doesn't do it anymore. It doesn't taste as, you're still looking for that novelty, it doesn't cut it anymore. Then you have like strawberry Jolly Rancher ice cream flavored smoothies or something. And then what happens is when you eat a regular strawberry, it don't taste good. It just tastes boring and plain. I've reversed that to the point where I can eat like the green leaf on the strawberry, and my dopamine goes crazy. Like I'll eat it and eat it and eat it. So I'm really thankful that I moved here and have had that Like, I don't crave sugar, I don't crave dopamine in that same sense. It's a lot healthier. The next thing is movement. I probably get like a bajillion steps a day, just by walking back and forth from room to here to there to that, to outside to inside to across the compound, back across the compound, to across the compound again, back to inside. Just because that's how the lifestyle is. It's very... People here are always in very good shape, not because they like have workouts, but because it's a very, almost sadly, but like in a good way, very basic culture. So all of the work that people do, like all the men are like actively... Well, for example, you know how summer break was invented so that kids could have months off to go help with their parents at the farm? It's still like that here. The kids go on summer break not so they can enjoy summer break, so that they can go home and help their parents with the farm and whatever, planting seeds. So it's still like that kind of thing where all the guys are buff because they're just lifting and tossing like fish and bricks around all the time. It's really cool. There's a lot of built-in movement, and I think that plays into genetics. I think that genetically the people are better off, but because their genetics have not been tampered with. So, just for example, if I cut off my arm, that does not affect at all whether or not my children are born with an arm, right? But if I were to alter the actual DNA in me, what I pass on to my kids might then be different. So what I do to me now, cutting off my arm, does not affect what happens to my children. But there are things you can do, and I think that people have been doing in North America and in Western culture that have actually like legit just tampered with their DNA. Because like 15th century Europeans, like, I mean, you go back to like King Arthur times, right? They were like big, buff, masculine dudes. Why is like the average white guy not a big, buff, masculine dude? You know what I mean? I don't think it's that black people are just naturally better, but it has to do with what you constantly feed yourself. And so if you take like 5 generations of stuffing pig food down your throat, I'm guessing it does something to you that actually alters your genetics, I think. That's just what I'm guessing. Anyway, I don't live in, lesbian teenager boy land anymore. It seems like such an odd concept. Putting litter in the bathroom, that's so stupid. Anyway, the problems we have here are actual problems, not made up problems. Like, your culture, you've reached like the epitome of human success,